So, hi everyone. Thank you guys so very much for joining me today. Of course, you know, my name is Jaleese, and this is Infinite Modesty Design. All right, so thank you guys so much for those who are joining me live, for those who are joining me the replay. It's a pleasure to have you on board again today. As for those who used to be joining me, you know, all the time, I know that sometime on Fridays, like previous year, or let's say last year, so I used to do all the lives on Fridays. And I realized sometimes Fridays could be exhausting for me, depends on how my day go. So I decided, you know what, why don't just do the live during the day? My kids are at home better. And then the live would be there on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, wherever it is. And of course, my viewers could enjoy the live, do the project, because I try my best to make sure it's very easy for you to do step by step. And of course, sending your project maybe on my Facebook page, my Facebook group, and I love every one of them. So thank you for all those who have taken part in the project so far. The lunch bag, the zipper pouch, and so many other projects you guys had sent to me. Some of them I don't have time to. I mean, I couldn't find the time to post it. Those previous one, but for the new one, I'll try my best to make sure I post it. So thank you guys so very much. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So I just want to say a little quick tip. We are going to be making a fabric wallet today. Okay, so the button fell off because it's not actually on, but just to kind of show you that it's a fabric wallet with pockets. So everyone, a lot of you guys had made the wallet with me before. So some of you guys, you might be just old school, like, where is you making a wallet again? But you know what? I had new people who come to the group, brand new, fresh people. And of course, maybe they have never made a wallet. It's so easy. 1, 2, 3, easy peasy. So you could even make this is one without button, just a simple one here. So there's so many ways you can make the wallet, guys. So this one kind of match the dress in the back there, you know what I mean? Like, and this could make with scrap. All right. So I do have the measurement in there for you guys if you want to try. And you don't have to stick to my measurement. You could make it longer. You could make it shorter. You could make it square. You could make it curve. You could make it, you know, like so many different ways you could make the fabric wallet. All right. So guys, before we get started, what I want to say here, guys. So make sure you have your measurement. You have your button. We're going to do a buttonhole. And if you don't have the opportunity to, oh yeah, we're going to do a buttonhole. So it's a very, very easy with loop here. It's very easy with loop. So anyway, guys, if you're joining me for the first time, say hi. Let us know where you're connecting with us from. Let us know if you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced. Just let us know. And if you're connecting with us for the 10th time, still say hi. I just want to say something here, guys. You know, many people just contact me and they say, you know what, my mother used to sew, my grandmother used to sew, but I regret I never take up the sewing skills. I want to say this, guys. Now is the time if you always want to learn the art of sewing and fashion. We teach you from beginners, have no clue on the sewing machine, how to thread the machine, run the bobbin, to advance, make patterns. For not just for yourself, for clients, for customers. So if you want to learn how to make dresses, eventually you want to go into dressmaking. Dressmaking was always a desire for you to learn. Now is the time to do it. Don't procrastinate. Don't tell us that maybe next year. I am here. Contact me. Our information is either in the link below or somewhere around this video. Contact us. Get started today. I want to say one more thing just before I start our wallet here. There is a guy who I listened to one time. He said, you know what? If you go to the cemetery, you would see so many there's billionaires and millionaires and great ideas in the cemetery. And I was like, what is he saying? He said, you know what? Because so many people have ideas in their head, but because of fear, because of what people would say, because of whatever, they would never bring it out to life. And eventually that person die and that idea die with them. Everything starts from an idea. So if you always want to learn the art of sewing and fashion, guys, contact us. We will get you from where you are to where you want to be. One thing I want to say, guys, another thing, basically for me now, I follow the word of God. Philippi 4:13, it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. All things, not some. Whether it's a skills, whether it's career, whatever it is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. And that's exactly for every one of us today. One more scripture, 1 John 4:4, it says, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. That means I have power inside of me. The word of God says it. I believe it. Now is the time for me to take action. Guys, listen, thank you so much for all those who signed up for the advanced class. Thank you for all those who signed up for the beginners class. We have beginners class on Mondays. Tuesday, we have advanced class starting. Let us know if you are interested in signing up, and let's get sewing. All right. Jesus love you also. I love you. Let's get started. All right. So what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to move myself out of the way. I'm going to reintroduce the measurement here. And then we're going to start making our fancy, fabulous wallet. So you don't have to stick to the measurement here itself. You could always go ahead and play around with the measurement. I always tell my students you could always play around with the measurement. Like I said, you could make it square, oval, round, whatever it is. Okay. So anyway, let me get started here. So first, I told you guys, let me make sure I have everything here. There's a piece I think probably run away on me, but anyway, I'll get it back. So this is this here now. This is the main bag piece. So it is 13 by 9. So let me make sure you could see everything here, guys. Let me just push myself here. Maybe I had to push my yeah, perfect. Okay, so 2 pieces of fabric. So what I've done here, guys, I put interfacing. So I interface the fabric here because it would make the bag have, it would make the wallet have a little bit structure. So we do have interfacing on our website. It's only $5 a yard. You could always get it in Fabricland, wherever. It's very lightweight. So let me just decline whoever is calling me here and come back to base. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So interfacing, I layer a couple layers. I put 2 layers here and 1 layer here. You could just put 1. If you don't have interface, still try it out. See how it is. You don't have to have interface if you don't have interface. Don't go look for interface. Just try the purse out. If you like it, then you could always go ahead and buy interface to make it more structured. Okay. All right. So it's 13 by 9. So 2 pieces, 13 by 9, 9 inches here for 2 pieces. Now, I went to make a pocket. That's what I tell you guys. You could always go ahead and, upper D, down D, like whatever it is. I didn't give you a measurement for the pocket here. But I will do another project some other live where I show you how to make a pocket. It's very, very easy. But if you don't have a pocket, it's not a big deal because I didn't give it a measurement. So this is not really the emphasis for today. It's just to show you how simple the purse is. Okay. All right. So the pockets here now I have is you could get 8 by like 6 inches width. And if you know how to fold a pocket, great. If you don't know, don't even bother with the pocket. So the last thing we want to have here is our flap. So in the measurement, guys, I think I told you guys 4 inches. You could actually make it 3 inches by 5 inches. I realized that I wanted more thin. It was a little bit too thick when I had it here. So this is what we're making here, a loop, not a flap, a loop, sorry. So we're making a loop. You could, I give it a measurement 4 inches by 5 inches. You could go 3 inches by 5 inches is fine as well. As well as you could leave it as the one that I gave you as well. But I dropped this down from 4 to 3 inches in the width, and then the length, of course, is 5 inches here. All right, so we are gonna start with this first. All right, so let me move this out of the way. So I move the big piece. I just take the small piece here, and this is how we're gonna get set it up now. So again, this, I think you guys would get familiarized with this. So I just fold this in half like this. You could go ahead and iron it. I'm not gonna iron, just gonna hand iron it. And then of course, I'm gonna fold this in half again, and this in half again. So let me make sure you're seeing what I'm doing. So I'm folding it in half like this, and then I'm bringing the both of them together. So I think I did that last week for the strap. And now I'm just gonna sew this down here on my machine. So that's the first preparation. I'm just gonna sew this down. So for those who say hi or leave any comment, I would see your comment in a little bit. Just wanna get this going. Make sure that we not stay too long on this tutorial today, and you'll get the opportunity to watch the video. Okay, all right. There you go. So you could go ahead and put another stitch on this side here. 1 is fine for me, especially for the live. All right, so let me put this aside. So I have my loop ready. Just gonna trim out any extra fabric there. Okay. So now I'm going to take this one with the pockets. Now, if you put in pockets, make sure you have the pocket, the mouth of the pocket going to be down for now. Again, I didn't give any measurements for the pocket, so don't worry about pocket. Just make your purse. That's it. Alrighty. So next thing we're going to do here, guys, now we're going to take our loop and we're going to put it in the middle of this, you will do any one. If you don't have a pocket, it's any one, but I'm going to do on this side here. So I'm going to turn this right side's facing me. So you can see the right size is the right side's touching. Sorry, I apologize. So the right side's touching together. So all what I'm doing here, guys, is just trying to get the middle part of this wallet here. So I'm just gonna make sure I get the middle part here. That's all. You could also iron it as well. Okay. All right. So once I get the middle part now, I will take my loop here and I will cross the legs like this. So I'll just cross the legs like this, and then I'll put it right at the very tip of that of my fold here. Okay, the middle part of my purse. So I've done this many times already. Many of you probably done wallet with me a couple of times, which is awesome. You could always do another one again, no big deal. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and seal this down on the machine. All right. So it's very, very easy. So again, if you're joining us live, say hi. I would actually see your comment in a little bit. If you're joining the replay, definitely say hi. And I would love to see your little purse. It's very easy, quick DIY. So let's put on the machine, and I'm gonna take up my pins, and I'm just tacking it down at the end. That's all. Who we are a Toronto Sewing and Fashion Studio, and our goal is to teach you the art of sewing and fashion online, guys. If you never touched a sewing machine before, we could direct you on what sewing machine to buy, and you would get started sewing, even online. Absolutely, yes. All right, so this is what we're looking for here, right? That little nice little loop here. Fantastic. Okay, so next thing we're gonna go ahead and do here, guys, we're gonna take our another piece. So this is the next piece of the 9x13, and then we're gonna seal this down. We're gonna cover this down. So right sides to right sides. Okay, so we're gonna put it right sides to right sides, making sure we match it down nicely, and then we're gonna leave a little opening on the sides here. Okay, so now let me go ahead and take my pin and pin everything down very, very neat, very, very neatly. So just make sure you just do it. Make sure everything match up nicely, because we don't want, when we finish our purse, one is twisted and all that. We want to make sure everything is neatly put together. So that's it there. So guys, I do also have a question to ask. So while I'm pinning this here, I'm gonna see if I could pull up the question here. So I do have a question here to ask. The question of the day, I'm just gonna show the question here. So the question of the day, I'm just pinning everything here, just making sure you guys see me here. So the question of the day is that my fabric don't move when I am sewing on the machine. So what is the answer? There's supposed to be several answers for that question, guys, and there's no right or wrong answer. So you're about to sew on the machine, and all of a sudden your fabric ain't moving. It decides it's not going anywhere. What do I do? And you're a beginner. You just buy the sewing machine. Do I bring it back? Do I what do I do? So that's the question we have for the day here, guys. So right now I'm just keep on pinning everything here, and I'm going to leave an opening on the side, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do here. So that is the question of the day, guys. My machine is not moving. I am about to sew my dress, my fabric wallet, and this machine decided it's not going anywhere. So what do I do? So that's the question of the day. Okay, guys. So I would love to hear your answer. I'm pretty sure we will have probably beginners passing through this live here, and that would be very, very beneficial for our beginners. All right, so I'm almost through with pinning it down here, and I'm going to show you guys where I leave an opening. Now, there's no right or wrong way on where should you put the opening, or how much opening, how wide the opening it should be. Sorry. So for me now, I like to leave like a 3-inch opening, 4-inch opening, even 5-inch opening, all depends. So I'm just going to measure here. So my opening is almost about 5 inches here. So this is how I did here. So I pin it all the way around, and I'm going to leave an opening. So to make sure I know exactly where I leave my opening, I'm going to put a double pin here. So I would know exactly, okay, you know what? Because sometimes we pin and we start to sew, and all of us, I do that all the time. All of a sudden I pass the opening, floops. And then when I realize, I have to go to with my seam ripper and do it again. So we don't want that. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do on the machine is sew everything down. Make sure I do my back stitch here, and this would be my opening itself. All right. So question of the day, my fabric does not move when I am sewing on the sewing machine. So what do I do? So that's the question of the day. So I'm going to remove the question here, and I'm going to get back into our sewing mood. All right. There you go. Okay. So for all those who leave in comment, thank you guys so much for your comments. So Roseanne Feeling, thank you. Do we have a class for kids? Yes, I do. I do have class for kids. Actually, I have a class for kids on Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Oh, thank you so much for those who said Julius is an excellent teacher. I really appreciate that. I thank you so much. I thank you so very much. So, Kelly, will this be available for replay? Yes, of course. It's live on YouTube. It's live on Facebook. It'll definitely be available for replay. So, thank you guys for the answer there. Alrighty. So, I am going to go back and let me see here. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go back and complete our wallet. All right, good stuff. So it's almost done. So that's where my opening going to be. So I'm going to start here all the way around and I'm going to finish here. So let's get started. Okay, so put my light on. And guys, never sew over pin, especially as a beginner. You want to make sure that you don't, I break rule all the time, but again, you don't want to sew over the pins. So guys, listen, you could go ahead and do 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way around 1/2 inch, or you could just sew at the very edge of your presser foot. So what I would do here for this live, I would do 1/2 inch seam allowance, okay? So I'm gonna nicely take out my pins as I go. You wanna be safe all the time on the machine. That's the key, especially as a beginner. Okay, so I've come to this point here. I'm gonna pivot and turn. So make sure I turn the other way. There you go. So guys, if you are watching me on my Facebook profile, if you could kindly help me share this live. If you're watching me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, like the video. That would be awesome. Alrighty. So now I'm coming up to my loop here. You could go ahead and do a back stitch, like you want to reinforce the stitch there because it's your loop there. You want to make sure it's strong. So I'm just going to do a back stitch around that. So I do a back stitch around that area. And then I'm going to continue here. All right. So we are going. There you go. So now I'm going to pivot and turn down now. Again, all the way 1/2 inch. I'm just taking my time. One thing I always tell my beginner, you are in control of the machine. The machine is not in control of you guys. So you just take your time. And this is a very easy project. There you go. So just make sure you take your pin and the machine don't go over the presser foot don't go over the pin. There you go. And then I'm going to pivot and turn again. Come down. And we're going to come across. Take out all my pins, of course. Okay. So I'm almost to the home stretch here. My bag is almost done, guys. My purse is almost to the finish end. Here. And I'm going to do my back stitch. Perfect. And let's go ahead and assess. So this is it here now. So all you do you would go ahead and do now is just trim out all your extra thread. And then you do a nip on the side here. It's not a must, but it's always good because you want to turn the corners. So do a nip on the side here, nip on the side here, and a nip on the side here. Fantastic. Okay, so I would have to iron. So I have my iron next to me. But first, let me just turn this around so you can see what the inside look like. So you take your time. Make sure you leave enough opening so when you turn it, you don't have to rip the stitch in any way, shape, or form. So 5 inch opening was fine enough for me. You could leave less or more. Just make sure you have enough to turn. Depends on your your hands itself. It's very, very strong. I know sometimes my hands is so strong I just rip the whole thing, but yeah. Alrighty. So I am almost there. I'm just gonna poke out the corner. So I have my pencil here. I'm just gonna poke out the corner. You could get a point turner as well. Pencil works just fine for me. But again, you can also get a point turner to turn. So I'm just poking out all the corners here. Making sure that the corners is poked out really, really nicely. And then, guys, the last thing I'm going to do before I shape my bag is, of course, is iron it. My wallet, sorry, is iron it. And, guys, the cool thing is that you could make this with scrap. Like, if you have scrap, you have a dress, especially for my students who been sewing now. They've been making garments with me, my advanced students, or even my beginner students. You have scrap fabric, you could always make a wallet to match your, your little dandy dress. There you go. Okay, so now I'm gonna iron this. Let me put this on here, and I'm gonna just iron it. Hope my iron is hot because I had it on for a while, so sometimes it go cold. All right, so I'm gonna iron it nicely. So make sure you iron it nice and tailored, very, very nice and tailored. Make sure the iron is hot. My iron is not that hot, but anyway, let's see if at least I could manage something here. All right, so guys, who we are again? We are a Toronto Sew and Fashion Studio. Please help me share this live if you're on my face. If you're watching me from my Facebook page, that would be great. If you're in my group, you may not be able to share. Just comment and like the post, of course. And if you're on YouTube, you could kindly subscribe, like, comment on my channel. That I would be so grateful, guys. To be honest with you. All right, so let me just put this on here. So we're not gonna do any couture ironing here. So this is it here now. So now we're gonna form the shape of our bag now. Of our wallet. So now we're gonna take this. So if you have a pocket, you make sure your pocket is this way. If you don't have a pocket, don't worry about it, guys. But of course, I would love to see you guys' nice creation. So we're gonna bring it up here. So I'm gonna measure so you know how many down to come, how many to come down. So you could come down and show it's 2 inches from the top here. So 2 inches from the top here. Let me just start that over again. 2 inches from the top here, guys. Then I bring this up. Okay, so 2 inches. 2 inches gauge here. I'm going to turn it so you could actually see. So let me pin this down here. So 2 inches from the top here and 2 inches from the top here. So 2 inches from here. Then I bring it down nicely. All right. So let's make sure here. Okay. So in this case here, when I bring it down, and you could always go ahead. So let me go ahead and fix this part here. You could always go ahead and bring it less than that as well. Sorry, more than that, like 2.5 inches if you think you need to bring it down higher. So let me bring that down here, 2.5 inches. And then we're gonna bring this part down. All right. So something like that, you want to bring it down, right? Okay. So about 2.5 inches, 2 inches, sorry, I apologize. 2 inches down from the top, or you could also bring it down 2.5 inches too. It's not a big deal. Okay. So from the very top here, you make sure you mark the 2 inches down. So you mark it, and then you bring this up to that marking point here, that 2 inches marking point here. Hope that making sense. Okay. All right. So what I've done here, guys, I also, if you want, I didn't put that again in the measurement, but this is something if you want. You don't have to. If you want, you could also put a little like a little loop, a little point loop as well. Like I'm not gonna put it on, but it's something that you could also put it on, like on the side here, right? You could also pin it down on the side here as well. It's something you could also do additional, like when you have your person, you have your little hand here to kind of hold it there, right? So I didn't put this in the measurement here, but it's something you could always do as well, but you don't have to. The measurement is just for you to make the purse itself. I know I do have a lot of addition itself, and I was trying to really limit it for time. So this thing, let's say you have an opening on the side, you could always put it in the opening. Let me see if I could see if I could bring the opening a little bit higher up, just a little bit higher up. If I could. If I can't, then no worries. Again, that is not part of it. You don't have to. I just want to bring it a little bit higher up. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'll just do that down here. Okay, so again, eventually I'm gonna be top stitching this area anyway. So let me just pin it down here. So this is additional you could always do. So you could always bring your purse down just to test it out to see how it will look, right? Yeah. So I'm good with it like that. So now I'm gonna go on the machine now, and I'm gonna take my time because you have a lot of layers here. With my Juki machine, it will be done. But with this machine, let's pray that everything goes well. I'm gonna be doing a back stitch here. Well, probably I'll start this way. Do my back stitch and come up, take my time, go up, because this part of the fabric is very, very thick. So you want to be very careful now. Okay. So let's start nice and tailored. So once I'm sewing it, and it's about 1/8 of an inch here, just to make sure we kind of get on the side here nice and tailored. Let me put it down like this so you can see. So let's hope that everything work out nice. If I have my other machine, guys, this is like nothing, but with this here, okay, just gonna take your time. I want to take my time, okay, because the fabric is very thick around that area there. There you go. So now I have more layers here. So let me make sure. See, the machine started giving me. So I'm just taking my time, guys. Even helping now. Take my time. Take my time. When I come to the end there, I'm gonna do a back stitch. Yeah. So I'm gonna still do a back stitch. Then I'm gonna forward stitch. So it's really, really, really thick there. Okay. There you go. And it's only because I add that. So again, this part is not necessarily for you to do because I didn't give it a measurement, but I just wanted to add a little bit of spark to my wallet. That's pretty much it, right? Okay. So let me get this, cut it out here. Okay. So this is how it is on this side, right? So this is how I sewed down on this side. So I'm not just gonna go and sew down this side the same way. Again, I'm gonna take my time. But this side it's not that thick as this side. So let's hope it would work nicely for us. So 1/8 of an inch, guys, just a very, very small stitch on the side here. And it's gonna be very thick. So you have to be careful. Take care. Just ensure if you have a heavyweight needle, you could also use that just, you know, to help out with the thickness there. All right. Did I do my back stitch? No, I didn't. Always do your back stitch. I'm just gonna do my back stitch. That's all. That's all. Do my back stitch. Okay. That's it. Done. All righty. Good stuff. So almost done here. So guys, yes, we do have kids classes. We have kids class on a Wednesday. So sometimes I promote the kids class. I'm trying to have a group kids class because right now I have a private and I'm starting another kids class as well. So if I get a lot more students, I would have groups kids class, of course. There you go. Okay, so this is it here. Moment of truth, guys. Moment of truth. You know, you little have your little, you know, something, whatever. So there you go. So lastly, what I'm going to do here is just put in my button. That's it. I'm going to actually hand sew the button. So there you go. So I'm going to put it here to kind of get, where do I put my button? Somewhere around here, right? So I just get the point of where I want my button. And I'm hoping this button would actually work. Yeah, so let me just do my button quick, like DIY quick, and I'll show you the inside of my pockets and all kind of thing there. So this, because it's pink, and this is my daughter material, I know she would take the purse and make it for her dolly something. So there you go. There you go, the purse for today. But it's a really, really cute purse. Even you and your kid, like if you're a child, if you're young one like sewing, you could even do this by hands too as well, guys. You doesn't have to have it to do it with a machine. Actually, you know what, I'm stopping because I'm trying to finish up here, but let me just slow down. You could do this with needle and thread, of course, guys. And this is a very, very easy project. So I'm just sewing the thread, sewing the needle with the thread here. Then the button is a little bit it's a little bit different. So let me see if I could pass around here and get that going. All right, so almost there, almost there, almost there. I think I'm gonna finish up right now. Do it a couple double here, and you know what? It is what it is. There you go. Fantabulous. All right, guys. So it is a wrap. It is done. I'm gonna fold my thing here. Let's hope the button works nicely for us. All right. So we have our nice little button, and then you could go ahead and iron it nicely. I'm gonna also do a top stitch actually right now. Let me just do a top stitch. So the top stitch, I'm just going to do it just around to make sure that here is nice and tailored. That's pretty much what I'm going to do here right now. And we almost done. So just at the very edge. Okay, something went wrong here. Okay, you know what, guys? I wouldn't even bother finishing the top stitch. Let me show you how we're going to do the top stitch. So you could always do a top stitch at the very top here. So just do a top stitch just around here to ensure that you keep everything nice and tailored, so you look really nice and neat. Okay, so I am not going to bother stress with the machine. I think I need to redo the bottom, I think, or something. But anyway, this is it here. I have my fabric wallet. Very simple, very easy, very, very easy. And again, let's say I want to put my face mask. I had a student, she said that she even does, I think she just sell them. Like you see, nice, a little case for my little change. My iPhone could go in there. And then I still have my handle. You know what I mean? I have my little handle to kind of hold it, whatever. So there you go. There you go, guys. It's very, very easy, very peasy. I would love to see you guys make it. I'm just gonna see how can I share the live. If you are in my Facebook group, you may not be able to share it. Maybe if you're on my Facebook profile, you could definitely help me share. That would be great. But your comment is so beautiful. Thank you so much. So Anne Maria, thank you so much. Check the bobbin to make sure it's set correctly. So that's one of the answers. Yes. Also check the fabric thickness. Fantastic. All right. So thank you for the answer there. So hello, my Facebook friends. So Kelly said, yes, Kelly, the replay would definitely be available for you. Hi, hello, Julie's just hanging out. Thank you for hanging out. Hi, Roseanne. Thank you so much. Yes, we do have kids classes. Thank you guys so much. All things through Christ who's strengthening me. That's a powerful scripture that I bank on. Without Christ, without the word of God, trust me, there will be no Julie's. Thank you so much for sharing that again. Excellent teacher. Thank you guys so much for the love. I am so very grateful. Yeah, so I would love to say yes, of course. Report for work, no problem. No problem, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time for joining us today. Hi, good evening. All right, guys, love you guys so very much. Just remember, Jesus love you too. I love you. We do have all different type of classes. We do have a free information session, sorry, a free beginners class this coming Saturday. It's at 10 a.m. So if you kind of want to hang out with the machine, you want to know, well, how do I get started with sewing? Definitely that class is for you. And I would love to see you guys do your fabric wallet, send it to me, post it. Love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Jalise at Infinite Modesty Design. Jesus love you too. Take care. Bye-bye.